Yeah, can you hear me, all of you? Yes, guys, we are looking for class elements. So in that class elements, we have a members of the class. Okay, class next class elements. What are the elements of the class we have? The elements of the class we have. So we have variable.
Method, variable,
We have variable. We have. Oh, don't speak over me. Actually, we are recording. Method. We have constructor. Okay, and fourth element of the class is what? IIV block, and fifth element of the class is what? Beside the block. Once you know these elements of the class, once you know what are the variables, what are the methods in Java, what are the constructor in Java, okay, and what are the instance initializer block in Java and static initializer block in Java. So the Java will be easy after that. Okay, just we have completed like variable and method. I have recorded those videos. I will share the links to you guys. Okay, not an issue. Or else I will revise you if you missed this video. Okay, those folks who have missed this video, I will revise. Now today we'll go with constructor. What is the constructor in Java? Constructor in Java. What is meant by constructor? What are the types of constructor we have? Guys, we have a two types of constructor in Java. What are those? We have a two types of constructor in Java. So
non-parameterized constructor and parameterized constructor.
don't don't speak over me. What I am telling you. We have a two types of constructor in Java. One is what? Predefined constructor. Predefined constructor. Okay, this predefined constructor is also known as default constructor. Okay, this predefined constructor is also known as default constructor. Default constructor. Okay, this predefined constructor is also known as default constructor. And the second constructor, we have a user defined constructor. User defined constructor. So this user defined constructor again differ into two types. Okay, so one is what this user defined constructor is defined. Okay, zero argument constructor, that is called zero ask constructor. Zero ask constructor, or else we can say that non parameterized constructor. Non parameterized constructor. Okay, and second we can say user defined argument constructor. We can say second is what? Arc constructor. User defined argument constructor, or we can say that parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. So guys, what is the use of constructor in Java? What is the use of constructor? When we should have to go with constructor? Okay, all this we will see. Just write down the heading. Constructor. What are the types of constructor in Java? Constructor. What are the types of constructor in Java? This is the first chapter. Okay, constructor. What are the types of constructor in Java? We have a two types of constructor. Predefined constructor, that is called default constructor. User defined constructor. Again, user defined constructor differ into two types: zero arc constructor or non parameterized constructor, argument constructor or parameterized constructor. Okay, let me go ahead. Like that I will draw it. These are again differ in two types. Complete this one. Okay, let's go ahead. What is the constructor? When we should have to go with constructor? So first we will see, guys, how to define constructor within the class. Okay, how to declare constructor within the class. Within the class. So how will you declare constructor within the class? So there are rules to declare constructor within the class. When we create constructor within the class, always remember that first rule is what? Constructor name and class name must be same. So this is the first rule. Your constructor name and class name must be same or should be same. Always remember that your constructor name and class name should be same. So for example, this is your class. This is your class and class name is what? Test. If you want to create constructor within the class area, always create constructor like this. Class name and constructor name always same like this, opening and closing. This is the constructor body. This is the constructor body. So where we write logics. Here we will write logics. Okay. What logics will write here? Business logic. Business logics will write within this constructor. You know, first rule is what? This constructor name and the class name both are same. And the second rule is what? So constructor doesn't allow any return type. Any return type. You know, do we are while declaring the constructor any return type we are writing here? No. Like if you create a method, we'll write the return type of the method is what? Void, int, string, float, boolean, like that. But the constructor doesn't having any return type. So it means by default, I will show you. By default, return type of the constructor is return type of the constructor is of void type. By default, constructor not returning anything. Default return type of the constructor is what? Void only. So I will show you this. I will prove you. Okay. What are the rules to declare constructor in Java? Two rules. First rule is what? When you create a constructor within the Java, just use class name and constructor name. Both are same. If class name and constructor name both are not same, then it will not be treated as a constructor. Then it will be treated as like some other method only. Okay. So that is what, when you create a constructor, always keep class name and constructor name as same. Second is what, when you creating a constructor or when you declaring a constructor within the class, so don't return anything. If you returning anything, then it will be treated as a method. Okay, it will be treated as a method. So that is the rules to declare constructor. How to declare constructor within the class? These are the two rules. What are the rules? Rules to declare constructor within the class. What are those rules? These are the rules. Following two rules. Am I clear? So I will show you practically. Yes, let's see. What are the application of constructor? We can declare the constructor within the class. You know, we can declare method within the class, but there are some application of method. When you declare the method within the class, that method will get executed, or that method is used to write the business logics. Similarly, what are the application of constructor? What are the application of constructor? Okay, so guys, there are only two application of constructor. Okay, what are those? Constructor are used to write business logics, and when those logics will get executed, those logics will get executed executes during object creation. It means constructor logics execution depends on object creation. Okay, actually, so method logics execution is depends on method calling statement. You created a method. If you want to execute the logics of method, you should have to call that method. Similarly here, if you declare the constructor within the class, To execute the logics of constructor, you should have to create object. You should have to create object. It means constructor logics execution depends on object creation. Okay, we use constructor to write business logics. We use constructor to write business logic. Similarly, a method. But here, constructor logics execution is depends on object creation. Second application of constructor is what? We use constructor. We use constructor to initialize instance variable. Instance variable during object creation. Always remember that during object creation, or you can say that object will get created at runtime or during runtime. So these are the two application of constructor. You can say two application or usage of constructor. Two application or usage of constructor. Use of constructor. Okay. How many application of constructor we have? Only two application. There are two rules to declare constructor, and there are only two application of constructor. We use constructor to write business logic, and we use constructor to initialize instance variable during object creation or during runtime. At runtime, this will happen. Okay. So just write down application of constructor. So in note, write down constructor logics. Constructor logics execution depends on object creation. Constructor logics execution depends on object creation. In note, let's go ahead with practical. Okay, let's go ahead with practical. Okay, let me create a class, and I will take a class name as test. So how to create constructor? We create constructor in Java by using, like, let me take a access specifier as public with constructor. You can use any modifier. In modifier session, we'll take public and followed by constructor name with opening and closing parenthesis. This is what constructor. This constructor name and class name both are same. Okay, and here we'll write this is, I have created this constructor. That is what this is called, user defined constructor. So when the user will create or declare the constructor within the class, okay, when the user will declare the constructor within the class, then those constructor is called user defined constructor. Okay, this is user defined constructor. And always use this statement system.out.println to execute the logics or to display the logics to the console. This is my 0 args user defined. This is my 0 arg user defined constructor. So when this logics will get executed, as you know that constructor logics execution depends on object creation. So yeah, let me create main method. Main method should be always public static void main, and it will accept one argument of string array type. This is the main method. So I will display here just main method. Okay, I will display here just main method started. Main method started. So I have written only main method started. For this application, what is the output? Can you please tell me? So this is the logic we have written, dummy logics within the constructor. And as we know that constructor logics execution depends on object creation. Did we created any object within this class? I didn't. Okay, we don't create any object within this class. Okay, and when you execute this application, when you compile this application by using command javac test.java, it will compile first. And when you run this application, how to run? Java test. You see, only main method started is executed. Only main method is executed. Always remember that constructor logics execution depends on object creation. The first, write down this first application. Constructor logics execution. Constructor logics execution depends on object creation, constructor, logics, execution depends on object creation. And this is the example. What output you are getting here? The output we get here only main method started. This is the output we are getting when you compile this application, and when you run it, this is the output we are getting. Main method started. Am I clear? Write down this application. So one by one, logically, like practically, we will check. You see, the moment when you create object, this constructor will get executed. How to create object? In Java, we create object by using new keyword followed by class name with opening and closing parenthesis. This is called object. So what is this? This is your object. The moment you write this statement, this constructor will get executed. This is nameless object. Nameless object. Actually, we are not creating any name to this object. Okay. This is actually nameless object. We are not creating any reference variable. When you execute this program, main method will get started. The moment you write this statement, new test of, so object will get created. The moment object will get created, this constructor will get executed. Okay. And then I will state main method ended here. Okay, let me compile it. Let's run it. And run it. You see, main method started, zero hour constructor, and main method ended. This is the output you are getting. Yes or no? This is the output you are getting. Am I clear? Are you clear with this example? Yes, folks. What is the meaning of this? The moment you create an object, the corresponding constructor will get executed. The corresponding constructor will get execute. Okay, so this is the example for that. So you see, we created zero argument object. We have a one zero constructor within the class. The moment you create this constructor will get executed. If you create one more constructor, again this constructor will get executed. Okay, so like that. Write this Can you see what is this new? New is a keyword in Java. Okay, actually guys, this new is a keyword in Java. Test is a class name, and this is like we are using this whole statement as object creation. The number of time you write this statement, okay, the number of time you will write this statement, that number of times object will get created, and that number of times the corresponding zero hour constructor will get executed. How many number of times you written this line? 3 times. Okay, so 3 times means what? Every time when you write this statement, fresh object will get created. All the objects are nameless object. When this object will get created, during that time only the corresponding constructor will get executed. This constructor will get executed. Then, so once the constructor logic will get executed, this cursor will return control back to the calling statement. Again, this constructor will get executed. This cursor again return back to the calling statement. Again, the constructor will get executed. Again, this cursor will get back to the calling statement. And finally, main method will get end here. Okay. So let's compile it and let's see. To compile it, use javac test.java command, and to run it, just use Java application name is what? Test. You see, actually I didn't save it, and do it once again. You have to save every time when you want to execute latest code. You see, the output you are getting 3 times the corresponding constructor got executing. You see, This constructor is executing on object creation, every object creation, every object creation, every object creation. Am I clear? Yes or no? Write down the number of times we create an object. So example 03 might be the number of times we create an object, that number of times the corresponding constructor will get executed. Corresponding constructor will get execute. So example is here. The number of times we create an object, that number of times the corresponding constructor will get executed. Let's see, guys. So we'll take, can we keep return keyword within the constructor like this? Return only? Yes, we can keep. So if we have a method, within the constructor, within the class, so and that method is not returning anything, then we will keep return type of the method is what? Let us suppose test method is there. This is the test method and this is the method body. Within this method body we used to write logics. If any method doesn't return anything, then method return type is what? Void. We keep method return type is what? Void. Similarly here, let me prove that this constructor, by default the return type of the constructor is what? Void. We can keep only return keyword within the constructor. Only return keyword within the constructor. You see, we execute this constructor logics, we'll use, but we can't return any value from the constructor. Constructor doesn't allow any return type. That's what, we can't return any value from the constructor. So just use, you see, zero constructor got executed and we can able to keep return keyword within the constructor. Okay, just write this. We can keep return keyword within the constructor as a last statement. Not an issue. But if you try to return any value from the constructor, then you will get compilation error saying constructor doesn't allow any return type, or saying void method doesn't allow return type of. Okay, if you compile it, you see incompatible type in this class Java line number 5, error incompatible type, unexpected return value. Actually, void method doesn't return anything. That is what. So by default return type of the constructor is what? Void. If you try to return anything from the constructor, you will get this error. Or if you try to change return type of the constructor, then it will be treated as method only. Okay, then it will be treated as method. You should have to call that method while creating object. Okay, so write down, if you try to return the next example. What is example number 5? If you try to return value from the constructor, constructor, then you will get compilation error. As we know that constructor doesn't allow any return type, return type. Constructor execution depends on object creation. Okay, that you should have to know. Okay, you see, let me change. You're returning integer value, right? If you're returning integer value and if you try to change return type of the constructor as of int, like int type, then it will be treated as a method. You see, then it will be treated as a method. It won't get executed. You know, method execution depends on method calling. But did you calling this method? Not. We are not calling this method. This method execution depends on method calling. So if you compile this application, you will not get any output. So let me compile it. You will not get any error also, or else you will not get any output also. So it will be treated as a method. Okay, when you change or when you writing the return type of the constructor, then it will be treated as a method. So when it will be called, let me create reference, and on that reference I will call that method t dot test. Okay, t dot test. Simply this test method is returning you integer value. I will hold that integer value. Okay, and will display that integer value. Okay, so whatever value it's returning that method. So you know, constructor, we can create method as like a class name also. Okay, if you create constructor as like if you create anything like constructor, we creating as like a class name. But if you try to return any value from the constructor and you change return type of the constructor, then it will be treated as a method. Then it will be treated as a method, and that method will be executed when you call the method. Okay, this is called method calling statement. Method calling statement. When you write this statement, then only this method will get executed, and this method is returning some value, and that value we are displaying here. Okay, now you see behavior of this application. First, let me compile it and let's run it. You see, so it will be executed as a zero of constructor, but this is not a constructor, and it's returning 10 value. It's returning 10 value. So it will be treated as a method only, guys. Then it will be treated as a method only. Test. This will be treated as test method. Am I clear? Am I clear with this? Folks, this output you will get. Okay, write down. So next example, 06. What is the example? If you try to change, if you change return type of the constructor, if you change return type of the constructor, then okay, then will be treated as, and it will be treated as method, and it will execute only when
आलो आलो
will
तुझं काय
be
झालं
called. Hey, who is this useless? Told na yaar, go on mute. If you change return type of the constructor, then it will be treated as method, and it will execute only when we called. Okay, only when you call that method. Am I clear? So write this example. If you are not getting, you can ask me any number. Okay, When you return the value from the constructor, then it will be treated as method. Can we create multiple constructor within the class? Yes, we can create any number of constructor within the class, user defined constructor within the class, like this. So this is like we created one constructor. So this constructor we are passing in it. We are passing 0 arguments. That is what it is called, 0 as user defined constructor. User defined constructor. Okay. This is called 0 arg user defined constructor. So can we able to create one more constructor within the class? Yes, we can able to create one more constructor. How to create multiple constructor? Just use to creating a constructor name and class name as same. We can pass arguments to the constructor also, like this. So how many argument constructor is this? How many argument we are passing to this constructor? Only one argument. Then it's called 0 arg constructor, and this is called one argument constructor. Just because of that, you are passing one argument to this constructor, and the argument which we are passing, which is what? String type. Okay. So simply, if you want to execute this constructor, this 0 argument constructor and this 1 arg constructor, this is called constructor declaration. But the constructor execution depends on object creation. Let's suppose you're creating object. Only one object. So only which constructor will get executed here? Which constructor will get executed here? So only 0 argument constructor will get executed. Observe carefully. Only 0 arg constructor, user defined constructor will get executed. You create one more object here, and you pass some, like, second is one argument constructor is there, which is accepting one argument of string type. Okay, we'll pass string value to that constructor. If you compile this application and run it, both the constructor will get executed. You see, 0 arg constructor and 1 arg user defined constructor. Am I clear? So always remember that constructor execution depends on corresponding object creation. If you create 0 argument object, the 0 arg constructor will get executed. If you create 1 argument object, 1 arg constructor will get executed. Am I clear? So write this example number 7. Constructor execute or execution always depends on corresponding object creation. Okay, you mean if you create 0 argument object, 0 arg constructor will get executed. If you create 1 argument object, 1 arg constructor will get executed. Now you just tell me what is the output. Okay, so what output you will get? Sorry guys, which method is this? This is instance test method. You know, method logic execution depends on method call. Now you just tell me what is the output. So what is the output you will get here? What happens, guys? The moment you create object, this object will get created. Instance method will get loaded into this object. What is the instance method? Test method. On this memory address, directly you are calling test method. Again, the moment you create one more object, argument object, this argument object will get created. On this method, test method will get load. During object creation, corresponding constructor will get executed. Again, cursor will goes back to the calling statement, and on that memory address, on that memory address of object, we are calling instance method. Then instance method logic will get executed. Cursor will goes to the calling statement. Again, you are creating one more object, which is called argument object. The moment you create an argument object, it will execute corresponding constructor, means argument constructor it will execute. Once this argument constructor will get executed, on that memory address, again you are calling test method. This test method will get called on this memory address. This test method will get executed. Again, cursor will goes to the calling statement, and finally execution will stop. Okay, it means on every, like, these are the nameless object. We are not creating any reference variable for that. On that directly memory address, we are calling the method. So that's what, for every object creation, on that object we are calling the instance method. That instance method will get executed. First constructor will get executed, then instance method. You see, 0 hour constructor, then instance test method, 1 hour constructor, then instance test method, like that. Am I clear? Am I clear with this example? On every object creation, we can call instance method. As we know that instance method will get loaded into an object during object memory during object creation. That is what, on every object memory address we can call instance method. Okay, next one is what default constructor execution, when the default constructor will get execute within the class. So guys, when you create object, how to create object? Like this. When you create object, is there any, like, we create a 0 argument object. Okay, this is called, we are not creating any, we are not passing any arguments. What is this new? What is this new here? New is a keyword in Java. Which is used to create object. What is test? Test is a class name. And what is test of, guys? This test of is nothing but your constructor part. Okay, this is test of is your constructor part. What happened? Observe carefully. What happened when you create object 0 argument object? Okay, first of all, during compilation time, this is your constructor part. When you create 0 argument object, first of all, during compilation time, compiler will check, is there any 0 argument constructor within the class? Okay, or is there any at least one constructor? Is there any at least one constructor which is defined by the user within the class? If no, so within this class, is there any user defined constructor? Can you able to see, is there any user defined constructor? So I can't see. We don't have any user defined constructor within the class. So compiler also, during compilation time, compiler also check, is there any user defined constructor within the class? If no, then compiler will generate a default constructor like this. So I will write in commentated line like this. Then compiler will generate a default constructor like this. Okay, like this, with empty implementation. Is there any implementation within the constructor? Is there any business logics within the constructor? No business logics. So who will generate this constructor? The compiler will generate. Okay, compiler generated code. So who will generate this? Compiler will generate this code. and this default constructor will get executed during runtime. When, okay, this is constructor part. Constructor will check when you create object during runtime, the object will get created. So the moment object will get created, the corresponding constructor will get executed. This default constructor will get executed. If you don't have at least one constructor within the class, then only the default constructor will get executed. Okay, then only the default constructor will get generated by the compiler, and that default constructor will get executed. So the default constructor execution I will show you in inheritance part. When the default constructor will get executed, what happen? How the parent class constructor will get executed. Okay, that I will show you in inheritance part. So in inheritance chapter, but as of now, just understand that how the default constructor will get executed. Am I clear here? How the default constructor will get executed? First the compiler, this is constructor part. First the compiler check, is there any constructor within the class? Okay, like that, this will happen. Am I clear? Okay. So we can write during compilation time. During compilation time, compiler will check, is there any constructor, is there any user defined constructor within the class, okay, within the class, okay. If not, then compiler will generate a default code, or we can say that then compiler will generate a default constructor, default constructor, and that constructor will get executed, and that constructor will get execute during object creation. So this default constructor execution I will show you in inheritance part, but this will happen. Okay, so this code will get generated by the compiler. Default constructor code will generated by this compiler if no constructor available within the class, and that constructor will get executed during object creation. Am I clear? What happened? What will happen? Now you see, if you have a one constructor, one user defined constructor within the class like this, I created, and this is what argument constructor. What is this? This is one as user defined constructor. One as user defined constructor. Now you just tell me what will happen. In this case, what will be the output, or what will happen? Anyone? So you know, during compilation time, the moment you create this object, so this is constructor part, okay. So it will check, is there any constructor, is there any user defined constructor within the class? Yes, we have a one user defined constructor within the class, which is what? Argument constructor. So the moment it will find at least one constructor within the class during compilation time, and you created a multiple object like 0 argument object, 1 argument object, then in this scenario, no default constructor will get generated during the compilation time, and you will get compilation error. This is what ideal scenario, okay guys, and you have to know that. So every time the interviewer will ask you, when you compile it at within test.java line number 9, error constructor test in class test cannot be applied to a given type like new test. Actually within this class at Java line number 9, okay. So within this class you can see we have a argument constructor. If we have at least one user defined constructor within the class, then the default constructor won't get generated. For the corresponding object, you should have to create a constructor. Otherwise, you will get compilation error. Am I clear? Okay. This is next case. Okay. Case number 2, and this is case number first. Case number first. Within case number first, this happened, and within case number 2, this happened. Okay. If you are define at least one constructor within the class, then default constructor won't get default constructor won't get generated by the compiler for what? For zero arc object, and you will get compilation error. You get compilation error. You'll get compilation error. Okay, that is the most of the time this interview questions you will get. What will happen? So for you, if you declare multiple constructor, not an issue. But if you create multiple object, for that corresponding object, corresponding constructor must have to declare within the class. Otherwise, you will get compilation error. The vice versa of these. Okay, in note we'll write. So what is the note we will write here? Okay, if you declared multiple constructor within the class, okay, then those constructor execute during object creation. Okay, but if you create multiple object within the class and the corresponding constructor not defined, then you will get compilation error. Am I clear? Then you will get compilation error for that. Okay, in note, write down this note. You get it, this note?